afterwards, you really do have the same experience. A lot of times, just feeling emotionally battered and just really worn out, and you just don't know what to do at that point. But the main thing is to realize that there's just some people that we can't have an impact on. That no matter how much we try to explain to them what's really going on, or who we really are, or what we're trying to do for them, even, in loving them, sometimes that's what the biggest sin is that, the kinder you are and the more loving you are, it's the more their rage escalates. And so it doesn't make sense, and you don't need to sit down and try to figure it out and have it make sense. All you need to know is, if it continues to happen and you've done what you could do to try to have it not happen, even if it's family, you may have to disengage. And I'm not necessarily talking about just cutting off relationship. I'm just talking about, back away. And sometimes you're better off in just backing away, in a way that they don't even necessarily know. You don't put words to it. You don't say why you're backing away. You just start having other things that are happening that make it so that in your schedule you can't spend as much time with them anymore, and especially if they're family. And so what I'm trying to suggest to you is that it it's like trying to talk to someone like this. It has nothing to do with how well you say it or don't say it or anything like that. It would be like if the TV was on and you went up to the TV set and you tried to talk to the person on the TV and have a conversation with them. They look like they see you, they're talking, but they don't see you back. They don't hear you back. And so there's no way to have a connection with them. And the problem is, for the person that's having the rage, their rage is the connection. That's how they're connecting with you. That feels like relationship to them. And so what I'm saying is, I think we just all have to be really accountable for our words, because they really do have a strong impact. I mean, you can probably think back when you were a small child growing up, different things that were said to you, and you still remember them. Why? Why did they make such an impact on you? Those words went deep. And so then you have to, realize, once you get older and can go through some of those things, you have to realize a lot of things that you were told to believe and that you took on to believe are not even accurate or true of who you are. So that's the other thing is that if you're in relationship with someone like this, and you're, in their presence a lot, you can't not be affected. You're never going to get so spiritual that you can take it, because it's not possible to be as vulnerable as we want to be in loving other people and being kind, but also at any moment not know when a knife is going to be driven into your heart with words, strong words, and you don't even see it coming. You don't even know it's going to happen. And so we can't live like that. Nobody can live like that. And so you do have to just accept that the relationship is not working, that it's not going to be able to have the connection that you were probably hoping for. And so, that's one of the things I wanted to say. And the other is that, like I said, when you're small and you're little and you remember these things, it's like that's why we want to take into very strong consideration not only how we speak to our children, but also how we speak to each other, because my words have the ability to tear you down or build you up. My words are light or darkness. And so that's a lot of power. And I want to use that in ways that's for kindness and for good, And if there are people that are angry or sarcastic or condescending, and you can try to be in relationship with them, and you see that as you continually offer them kindness and love and open-heartedness, that they begin to soften, that's great. That means that you were able, with your words and your presence, to help them dissolve the cement wall that they had built around their heart, and you helped that come down. That's huge. That's great. But you're not going to be able to be in relationship with people that are causing you to have to put a wall around your heart and help other people take a wall down from their heart. So that's why it's not possible to do both. So, when also think about ways that you've been hurt with words. Sometimes that's what I try to do is remember that, because it's a great motivation that no matter how upset or angry I get with someone, that I don't want to do to them what I know it feels like to be on the other side of that. Why would I want to do that to somebody? I don't. And so it gives me even more motivation to be compassionate and to have empathy and to be kind, not to take abuse, to have boundaries, to be guarded when appropriate, but I'm not going to live guarded. See the difference? I'm not going to live with a wall around my heart. But if I have to temporarily, erect one, I will. But I don't want to live like that every day. And so when you think about how you're upset with somebody else, or when we get angry or hurt and we want to lash out, just remember what the words feel like, to your heart when you're on the other end of it. And then just consider whether or not you want to do that to somebody else's heart. So try to think during this week, the tone of voice you use, the way you're talking to people, how you're inviting them into a relationship, how you might be pushing them away and not even realizing that you are. Just try to notice these kinds of things as you're going through your week, so that you can notice how you're also being spoken to and how people are treating you. Because there's a lot of times you might end up in a mood or in a situation and you don't know how you got there, but it was because of words that were spoken to you that you didn't let yourself stop and feel. And when you do, you realize, okay, and you can discern for yourself whether or not those words, whether you're going to give them any, believability or accuracy or not. And then if not, trash them. Just throw them out. And don't let them stay in your mind so that they become some kind of a chemical, you know, transformation that evolves, that affects you emotionally, which will happen and take place. So just that was one of the things I want us to think about this week, is just words, the power of words, how we can just tear people up. I mean, build people up or tear them down. And, how it is that we're using our words during the week. So I hope you all have a good weekend. Love you, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.